So welcome back students. So yesterday we had just gone through some complex coding and hope now everything is clear. I did not give you the PDF file, but today I'm going to share this PDF file, this entire code with you. Okay. So let us just do some more. Just today is the last day with this project children. So as much as possible, I'm going to tell you how to develop a project. So this is done. So if I run this particular code now, and it is absolutely working successfully. So that was a display, that is what we worked on. And then the class, this time I will give class 10a, and you can see it has displayed all the records of 10th a, isn't it? So that's the name of the student, and then the marks. Okay, over here the name, class, that is section, isn't it? Class and section, then the name of the student, and then the marks of the student. So you can see how well it is displaying it. Now you can display it in much better format, children. The alt codes that I have given to you, maybe for a few of you it is not working. In that case, simply you can use the minus sign or the underscore sign, and you can design your output properly, and then just go to snipping tool, children, to take the printout. Okay, just go to your snipping tool, that's the snipping tool. Click on new, and then whatever you want to take the picture, just drag it, and you can take the picture of it. Okay, and store it, and then you can take the printout. Please make sure that you have the spiral binding of your project, and a few documents that is you need to attach, that is the certificates and certain requirement page are there, that anytime I can give it to you, children. First, to just develop your project. Even if you have downloaded it, make sure that classes and objects might be there. Now classes and objects we have not done, I've discussed this before also. So just try to understand it, and come up with something of your own. Okay. So this is all about the project, children. If there is something left out, like how to, in the modules section, then you have to do the coding for the rest of the options. That was the enter the marks. Now enter the marks, like, you have to first see if already the marks exist or not. That checking also you have to do it. Okay, so that was like entering the marks was over here. That was display records, and this was the, that is student section. So this is where we were actually taking the data from the user, and we were writing it in the output file, right? And I've kept this output file in a mode. Fine. And so over here you need to just give a check whether that particular record already exists or not. So how you're going to give that check is, you know first you can have one more function, and then just check for that particular registration number. Okay, so if you want, I can just code this: check if record exist, right? And you can pass on the okay, we are only taking class and section, and one more thing that we can take from the user, we can pass to this particular function, and that is the registration number. So if I go over here, and the option that we have is this one, class and section. Okay, so we have to check whether the class and section exist or not. So not, if not for a particular student, you can go ahead with checking for the class and section. So already if there is class and section exist, means the data entry has been done. Okay, just a minute, I'll keep this on the, okay, do not disturb mode. Now there won't be any noise. Okay, so if check if record exists, so you can pass the same class and section. Yes, then there are other checkings that we might be required to do, that maybe in that particular class and section I have not given the marks for all the students. That all you can do, but okay, but over here we are just going to check whether the class and section exists or not. And if it exists, so it will simply give the message that already the data entry has been done. And then you can do further coding, children. Now this is like the roadmap that I have given to you. So simply if I use this particular function and to check whether it is exist or not, so I can simply use the def and then the class and section over here, right? And simply then I have to open the file. No, not this file, I have to open the marks file basically. So this I'll open the marks file, marks.dat in the read mode, and simply I can simply just read all the data in a list like this. How I'm going to do it? Okay, so in a list, file will read out in a list, that is L is equal to, and the file handler one dot, and I will say read lines this time. So let us read all the data in a list, and then that list, then I can simply say for I in L, and now I is going to have that particular line. So the first thing I'm going to do for I is equal to I dot, I'm going to strip that slash n. Okay, the slash n will be there, so you need to strip that, and then I can take a record is equal to I dot, and then the split function, and I will pass the delimiter, that is this one, right? And then we have to check whether if, and what is the record, that is 3 and 4, I guess, right? So L of 3 is equal to class, and L of 4 is equal to section. If it is, then we are going to straight away return 1. So this will be an indication that if it returns 1 means yes, the record is present. Okay, and then I can give a for else to this, an else part to the for, like else, and then I can over here I can return like 0. So if this condition never got satisfied, okay, so if it gets satisfied, it is going to return 1, and if it is going to go for all the iterations, it is going to return 0, isn't it? So you can then make a check over here. Simply I can put this in the if statement, if like this colon, and then my code over here. So if it returns 1, this if condition will go completely true. If it returns 0, this if condition is going to go completely false. So depending on that, you can have true, this is a true part, the else part you can type in your code. So this is how you're going to do it. Then there is other complications also. You have challenges, children. That is how you're going to edit the marks, right? But you know the roadmap, how to edit the marks, how to delete, and we are supposed to use two functions, that is the remove function and the rename function. Fine, remove and rename. So these are the functions we are supposed to use. Okay, any problem over here? Is assigned but not used. Okay, so this was a record. So this was actually, I will say, not L, this will be record, because this record is going to be a list, isn't it? Record is going to be a list. So this is going to do the checking, children. And now if I simply print here the data already exists, something like this message, right? And now if I try to, let us try this class section 3 and 4. Okay, so let me just terminate this and run this again. And now if I go for enter data, if I say class is 10, section is A, and it is asking me, okay, so I will not feed any marks. Okay, and let us see what happened, what went wrong. So that was over here. Let me just, that is okay, I'll what I will do is I will simply print the list and then we will see what happens. A list. Okay, so let me go to marks, terminate this. Okay, just a minute, let me just restart the kernel, children. So it is reconnecting to kernel. So children, please go ahead with your projects. I have given some around 7 topics. You can choose any one. Do not everybody choose the same topic. Please choose the different topics. Uh, okay, you can have a team of 2 to 3 in one team. 2 to 3 students in one team, but the hard copy, that is the file, that everybody has to do it. Okay, so 3 people can work on one project if you want. If you want to do it all alone, even that you can do it. Okay, so a group of 2 to 3 people can come together for a project. Files, everybody will have their individual copy of the project. Okay, and during the exams, children, during the practical exams, you have to also have your source code in a pen drive. That is also must. And then from tomorrow, children, we are going to go ahead with the syllabus, and we are going to close this topic. Now it's up to you. Please do this work as soon as possible. Do not pressurize also much, and as I said, do not give a lot of time also. Okay, you have to focus on your other subjects also, and we have to focus on our 70 marks theory practical theory subject that we have, theory part. Okay, so now this kernel has restarted. So if I run this and go for entering marks, class A and B, and now see it is displaying all the uh, okay, all the data. Fine. So what mistake I made over here was the class and section, we don't have it in we don't have that in the marks table. So how we are going to check is using the registration number, I guess, right? So then we have to put on some other checks, children. Now what we have to do is, the road that we need to head towards is that okay, is that we are going to take the class and section. Okay, this is a bit of coding, you have to do it now. Okay, what you're supposed to do is go to test.dat, then you have to take all the records, that is 10th A, or you can simultaneously read both the files, even that you can do it. What you have to do it, you have to take first record, you have to track the first record, that is of 10th A, take that registration number, and then that you have to check in for where, in the marks.dat, and you are going to compare that with this one. Okay, and this is how the roadmap you are going to find for yourself. So yes, this is a bit challenging. Obviously, when you're developing a project, it's challenging. Now I'm going to stop over here, children. I'm going to give this entire code to you. So whatever was possible at max to max, I have tried to cover up everything. So that is marks.py, and let me just make that a Word file. And then I'm going to, this is just the ending of end of the file handling, children. And then we are going to meet on Monday, and we are going to start with possibly with uh, with graphs, I guess. Okay, let me just see the syllabus. Okay, so that was the file, and then the next file also I will type it over here. So this is marks.dat, marks.py, and we have the module, that is marks module. Just copy everything and I will say marks module dot py and paste it over here. Okay, so all the code is with you. Fine. So let me just make this as a PDF. So use this reference, children. Definitely it will help you out. And let me go to D colon J, that is class 12. So that's done, children. So we will meet on Monday with the new chapter. We are going to move ahead with the syllabus. Okay, so that's it, children, for now, and I'm keeping it short for today, so please practice it. And there was certain reduction in the syllabus also, so even that I will discuss, and I will give the syllabus also, the reduced syllabus. There is certain parts that we are not going to do. We are going to do that at the end. Okay, first we will cover up all the core thing, and then at the end, what was the things that were reduced, then we can take that. Okay, so that's it, children, for now, and we will meet on Monday.